Hi, I'm Heather Paris of LiveInspiredNow.com, and I am joined by a very, very special guest today. This is Dave Albin. Not only is he a dear friend of mine, but he is also, he's amazing. He's so many things. He's the owner of FirewalkAdventures.com, and he was Tony Robbins' fire captain for 20 plus years. Dave, what does that mean? You were a fire captain for Tony Robbins. What is that?
I went to my first Tony Robbins seminar back in 1995, and I did a fire walk. And I was so influenced by that fire walk that I asked a question: how can you walk on coals that are 1,000 degrees and not burn yourself? And I just got involved from there. I started off on the voluntary crew, and the next thing I know, I was working for Tony, and I literally traveled around the world with him for almost 20 years facilitating all his fire walks.
Incredible. And
now
you're retired from that, but
Yep.
you're still doing your FirewalkAdventures.com, which is actually you're passing through on your way to some major fire walk up in Canada,
So
right?
that's a glass walk in Montreal.
Oh, glass walk,
Yep.
yeah.
And then we're going to do another one for the same company in Paris next month on the 28th.
How exciting.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Isn't that fun?
So as you know, the reason we're here today is that Dave is also my personal health and wellness coach. And I am so excited. Thank you so much for being here with all of us. I have a clipboard because everyone has questions that they want me to ask, so I don't want to forget anything. So let's get on to our questions. You have achieved a really high level of weight management success. And then you're helping other people. You helped me personally. I've lost almost 20 pounds now. What's the secret?
Well, the secret is you got to do it the right way. Success leaves clues. And I think the majority of the people, and certainly a lot of the people that are probably viewing this video, have been doing it the wrong way. And it's not their fault. They just didn't know.
Right.
And the same thing happened to me. I tried a lot of different diets. None of them worked. There was a lot of pain associated with it. There was frustration, low results. And then finally I got dialed into my coach, who very quickly turned me around and said, "Hey, David, here's the way it's done." And so once she started to explain to me how to do it, it was, I got my mind around it very quickly. I went, okay, I get it. Now I was doing it wrong, and so let's do it the right way. And the results were instantaneously once I started doing it right.
Right.
So what does that mean? Well, for example, one of the first things I did is she taught me how to eat 5 times a day.
And you did that to me too.
I did.
Huge, huge thing. For me, anyway, I was like, no, this is too much food. I would go till, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon before I would eat anything.
Yeah.
And so when Dave told me, like, you have to eat more, I'm like, no, you don't understand. I want to lose weight.
Right. So it's the opposite of what we thought, right? Well, if I deprive myself and I don't eat and I exercise a lot, I'll lose weight. No, you won't. Mm-hmm. It won't happen.
Exactly.
Because your body needs food. It needs nutrients. And so when you start eating 5 times a day, it's like you flip a switch where your body goes, oh, hey, guess what? You're giving me everything I need. Now I don't need to hold on to this fat anymore.
Right.
And it'll release it.
And you need the right food.
You need the right food.
High density food, right?
High density nutrients is key.
Right.
It is the absolute, at the heart of everything we do here in our program, is having those high density nutrients is everything. Because then your body has everything. You don't have to figure anything out, right? Which is what you love, the simplistic side of it.
Seriously, for me, it's all about convenience. If it's not convenience, I will tell you, I'm not going to do it. And the way you laid everything out for me, you're like, do this. I mean, there's a time schedule. So for me, I was setting a timer because, my way of thinking, my previous mindset was to not eat.
Right.
So I actually set a timer so that every 2 to 3 hours I was eating something. So, and the right stuff. And it's already done for me.
It's all figured out.
It's so easy.
Yeah, it's what is it what was that one commercial? It's so easy a caveman could do it. Well, the caveman did know how to do it. They ate consistently.
Yeah,
Same thing here, right? So you're going to get a balance of all your nutrients, all your minerals, all your omegas, the proteins, the carbohydrates. Everything is done. You don't have to do anything other than follow the program.
I know. It's absolutely brilliant.
It is.
I'm a mom. I've got a ton of kids. I'm a wife. I'm an entrepreneur, best-selling author, family life coach. Now I'm teaching this coach training school. My life is busy, as you know. We all are super, super busy.
Right.
We're doing a million things. So if I had to sit and measure and weigh and do all of that stuff to be successful, I won't be.
Right.
I haven't been.
Right.
And I haven't been. So this, for me, this program's like a real gift.
Yes.
Because it's easy.
Yep. Me too.
Right?
It was very simplistic. It was so easy to follow. Again, it was just there was nothing to figure out.
And you're traveling. How easy is it when you're traveling?
Very simple.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was traveling. I have some bars that are absolutely delicious.
I know.
They're not some of these protein bars you taste them and you want to gag.
Right.
These are absolutely delicious.
are.
It's like, yeah, I'm not going to eat that. These things are delicious.
Can I tell you, I don't know if I told you this, the first time I had one of the lemon bars, I started eating it and I'm like, I don't think this is right. I thought about calling you. I'm like, is this a joke? Like, this, are you kidding me? This is like a dessert.
Right.
This can't be okay to eat. And it's weird. It's just weird, right?
Yeah, it is.
That stuff is delicious.
So that old saying, well, it can't be good for me if it tastes as good.
Right, exactly.
Which is, obviously not true because...
But you know what? Nothing tastes better than good health.
That's right.
Nothing tastes better than clean, like you said, clean food.
Right, clean food.
Right?
Very
clean
clean.
food. What about the cleansing component? Can you talk about that?
Sure. It's a huge part of it. Because what happens with a lot of people is they don't realize they've got a lot of toxins in their body. So it's like, if we've ever seen somebody that works out, it looks like they eat right, but they don't lose weight. So what's going on? Well, they missed that component. That part of it, which is, we cleanse 4 times a month. So you can do it once a week, or you can do 2 days, which I prefer to do about every 2 weeks. And when you do the 2 days, you seem to almost get double the results.
Right.
Now, when I say cleanse and fasting, you're still consuming liquids and you're taking supplements and you're getting all your nutrients.
Right.
What you're not doing is you're not flipping on your digestive system.
Right.
That's the part. So what happens with that is that you start to detoxify. So once you let go of those toxins, again, there's another shift there because the inflammation and all that stuff starts to go away.
Let's talk about what cleansing is not, because when I say the word cleansing, and I was guilty too, like in the beginning I hear the word cleanse and I think, oh my God, you're taking some disgusting pill or drink and then you're spending the entire day in the toilet.
Right, exactly.
It's not.
No.
Nothing like that whatsoever.
No, and the feedback we get all the time is, oh my gosh, this was much easier than I thought it was going to be. I had these preconceived ideas. Exactly. I did the lemonade cleanse years ago, 10 days. It was hell. Okay, I mean, it was horrible. So when I first heard that word, that's what I associated. I went, oh gosh. And my coach said, no, wait, time out, hold on. No, it shouldn't be any of that. Because by the time you get there, your body's recalibrating. And so I wasn't hungry.
Right.
I didn't feel deprived. I wasn't in pain. The only thing that happened to me is that, my body was going, well, you should be eating here. You should be eating here throughout the day, every time it got to a certain hour point. But again, it wasn't painful.
Right, and that's your psychology, right?
It's psychology.
That's your psychology because you've been doing it this way for a million years.
Right.
You're used to it.
It's a pattern.
So you're you're retraining your patterns.
Right, exactly.
For me, I love cleanse days. They're my favorite.
I know you do.
But the very first time I was going to do the cleanse, I had no clients that day. I canceled all of my appointments, all of my meetings. I'm like, I'm just going to spend the entire day at home in case I start to feel woozy or hypoglycemic or uncomfortable. Right. And I ended up spending the whole entire day working out. I did yoga, I cleaned. I mean, I didn't feel uncomfortable whatsoever. And one of the things that I've struggled with for a long time is this hypoglycemia. Like, my blood sugar drops so low and I feel like I'm gonna barf or I feel a little dizzy or whatever. That's like completely gone. Like I haven't experienced that one single time since I've been on the program.
And you should.
Not once, not even on cleanse days.
And you shouldn't.
Yeah.
There's no reason to, because again, you're taking botanicals and you're taking your supplements, and so your vitamins and minerals and all those things you're getting. Again, the only thing you're not doing is flipping on your digestive system,
right.
Which again allows all your organs to go, oh wow, okay, I can clean, I can do these things. I know for me, when I did my 2-day cleanse, I lost 4 pounds in those 2 days,
wow.
And that's when I really felt it.
Right.
I went, okay, this is working,
right.
Massively working. So that was a huge shift day for me.
Right, and I think that's why a lot of these programs and diets fail, because you're doing all the wrong stuff, but you're not giving your body a break from the digestion process. You're not giving your body a chance to heal and to get rid of toxins.
Right, exactly.
Because even if you eat so perfect and all organic
Yep.
diet and everything, you still have environmental toxins. If you walk out your door and there's a car, you know, you're getting some sort of toxins into your body, right? Just by being alive.
Yep, sure are. It's everywhere. It's all over our food, it's in our water, it's in our air, it's everywhere. So how do you get away from that? Well, you have to consume clean food. And where do you
Right.
find it? You don't.
Exactly.
Unless you find our program.
Yeah.
So what happens is that, again, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about a second ago, and that is, here's somebody who works out really hard, they eat really well, but they're still not losing the weight. Why? Because they
Right.
aren't detoxing. So
Right.
they're not getting the toxins out. So here's what happens. When toxins are in your body, fat will surround the toxin to keep the toxin from getting into your body to protect you.
Right.
So the fat is holding on. So as you start to detoxify, then the fat will leave your body as well. And that's one of the key elements of this whole thing.
Well, and one of the things that I learned from you, which is, it just blew my mind, like mind blown, amazing, is that the fat that we have on our body is actually there to what? Protect us.
To protect you.
To help us.
Yes.
So in a sense, even though we're gaining weight and becoming unhealthy, that fat is like you said, going around our vital organs
Right.
to protect us,
Yep,
right? Can
absolutely.
you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, again, it's serving its purpose. You know, my buddy Dave, who's also part of this program, he told a story about his father who was shot in the war, and a piece of the bullet fragment was in his back, and he didn't even know it. And when they found it, you know, it was surrounded by what? Fat.
Right.
So, you know, that again, that's the body's way of protecting itself. It uses fat for that purpose.
Right, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
It's a lovely thing, but we need to give our body enough healthy stuff that it doesn't need to protect our vital organs.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So let me ask you, why do so many people or diets fail? Why do people
You know, I like
fail?
to say, well, look at a diet. What's the first three letters?
die? Right.
And what they do is a lot of it's about depravity. A lot of it's painful. And, you know, and the next thing you know, people just, you know, they give up. They don't want to do that.
Right.
It doesn't have to be that way. But see, we're programmed to think, oh, that's what I have to do.
Right.
You know, like the Atkins diet. All you did was protein. Well, that's dangerous.
Right.
So there's never really been a diet, so to speak. And by the way, has this been anything like a diet?
Oh no, it's not a diet at all.
Exactly. Me
No.
either. It's been, because in fact, if it
It's
would have
a
been anything like a
change.
diet, I would have said no.
Exactly.
I don't want to do that.
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset.
It's a lifestyle and a mindset
Yes.
change, and it's phenomenal. But it's not a diet, and it
No.
does take commitment. So
It
let's
does.
let's talk about the commitment component.
Well, the commitment side is that, you know, when I first started, I called my coach and I wanted some help with weight management. And she said, well, David, let me ask you two questions. Number one, are you coachable?
Right.
And I said, absolutely. And she said, well, David, I thought you were, but I needed to hear you say it, right?
Yeah.
Which I thought was really accountable on her part.
Sure.
And then that was the second question. Can I hold you accountable?
Yeah.
And what that meant was she may ask me to take pictures of my food, send me what I'm eating, you know, stay in touch with me. Let me know what you're doing.
Right.
And that made a big difference. I mean, instantly
Sure.
I went, okay, accountable. I like that. I'd never been at it, you know,
Exactly.
with that format. And then she said, hey, you're going to eat 5 times a day. You're going to do the cleansing. You're going to buy the food from me. And then you're going to drink lots of water. And away we go. So yeah, in a very short amount of time, I lost. Well, my goal was to go from 200 to 175. I went from 200 to 170.
Right.
So I lost 5 more pounds.
Yeah.
And by the way, I did that with no exercise. Now, I'm not proud of that part, but I did that with no
Right.
exercise. I took some walks and things like that, but I didn't do any real exercise, which now I am.
Tell me your 80-20 rule. Tell them your 80-20
Oh my
rule.
gosh, yeah, and this is another huge distinction.
Mm-hmm.
The 80-20 rule is basically, it's 80% nutrients and 20% exercise.
Right.
And that makes all the difference. So now I'm on what's called a 120-day body challenge,
Yeah.
where I'm in the gym, I'm working out, and I'm really transforming. Because here I am at 62 years old, and I feel like I've totally hit the pause button on my aging. You know, I mean, I feel great. I mean, I was on acid reflux medicine. Gone.
Right.
That was gone in the first month. I was taking sleep aid because I couldn't sleep very well. Gone. I'm sleeping like a baby now. So everything about me has changed. You know, I don't drive by fast food restaurants and go, oh, I really want to go there.
Right.
I look at it and go, you got to be kidding me. I will
Exactly.
never go into McDonald's again. I mean, not that I won't go in, but I won't eat that. And it's not food. It's the
You know what
notion
I
of
call
food.
McDonald's? Rest stops.
Yeah.
So you can go in and use the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. It's the only
You
thing
know-
I would do there is go in and, you know, when you're on a long road trip, you can go in and pee.
You know, what happened to me is I went through this curve, and what it was is that I went through the inception part. And the inception was, wow, this looks like this will really work.
Yeah.
But then you drop to deception. Well, maybe it won't work for me.
Right.
And maybe this will happen, or maybe that'll happen. And then the next thing I know, well, wait a minute, it worked for them and them and them. So I was back into inception.
Right.
But eventually, when I hit the curve, I went from inception to deception. I had a transformation. Then I had another transformation. Then I had another one. So I started stacking, and the next thing I knew, it became
Right.
my identity. It's who I am now. I'm not going to go stick a bunch of toxins in my system anymore. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
So for me, it was a huge shift in my belief system about the importance and what's food really there for.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not there to try to change my state, to make me feel better about who I am.
Right. So we're almost out of time, but I
Yeah.
just want to touch on one thing. So you're in your 60s.
62.
62. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm 45.
Yeah.
So when I hit 40, now I used to be a gym teacher. I started out in coaching more than 10 years ago as a fitness coach. Like, I know this stuff.
Right.
But when I hit 40, as a woman, my body did change,
Right.
and my metabolism
Yeah.
changed, my hormones changed.
Yep.
So for 5 years, I kind of struggled, like, what is going on? I'm trying all these things, but I wasn't trying the right things.
Right.
And I was eating, but I wasn't eating the right food. At this point, I don't even take my supplements anymore, because what we're getting in the food is so nutritious that I don't even need it. I have more energy now than I ever have, and I'm losing weight.
Right.
Honestly, I had given up. I was like 45, I guess this is it. And I kept thinking, I'm a coach. This is an excuse. It's just an excuse. But I'm like, but there are physical changes. So I just want to say, to the ladies out there, you're right. Your body has changed, and it does change, and your hormones change. But good, proper nutrition will always be more healthy for you than trying these diets. And the diets, they mess with your hormones in a big way.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
and again, you've been influenced by bad food. So what's happened is that had to be moved out of you.
Right.
You had to influx it with nutrients, and it's recalibrating now. So
Right.
it really doesn't matter what your age is. Because
Yeah,
I've seen all the
exactly.
girls, and I think it's a little harder for women than it is men. I will say that, because I carry most of mine here.
Yeah.
And I can wear black and cover it up, right? Where the girls, it's a little harder for them to do that.
Sure.
And every single woman that I've seen do this is getting the same results.
Right.
Every single one of them. So they will too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's so phenomenal.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Yeah.
One last minute quick tip that you can give everyone that's watching. A little tidbit or a piece of empowerment.
Failure. If failure becomes not an option, then again, if you follow the program, it's going to work.
Right.
The only way it won't work is if you give up.
Right.
So my commitment would be, look, go at this for 90 days. Prove me wrong. It's not going to happen. You're not going to get a little success here. You'll get massive success. And then once you build on that, then that's what pushes you forward. And then what's going to happen is people are going to say, hey, what did you do?
Right.
Just like your friends are going, hey,
Exactly.
the girls want to know, what did you do? 18 pounds like that in a month? Really?
Right.
Whoa, help me.
Exactly. We're making this video because everyone keeps
Yeah.
coming to us. What are you doing? What are you
You're
doing?
doing,
I
yeah.
want to know.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
my
I'm
pleasure,
so
sweetie.
glad that you're here
Yeah, I'm
visiting
tickled to
us.
death to
We
be
get
here.
them for the whole evening, so we get to go do some fun stuff and cook a nice meal.
Yeah.
And so Dave and I are, so this was about the logistics, how it all works, but we want to tell you about the specific program itself.
Yes.
And we're going to do that on a Zoom call. So the Zoom call is going to be on March 30th, Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. All of the details are in the email, so don't forget to check us out then and join the call, and then I promise we'll give you everything that you want to know, and you'll be able to ask questions too. So join us then. Dave, thank you.
You're welcome.
And check out Dave Albin, firewalkadventures.com, and we'll talk to you on March 30th. Bye.
Bye.